of all, Dr. Heskett, could you explain to us what Radiesse actually is?
Sure. As women get older, what tends to happen is we will lose the fat in through this part of the face. And what happens when you lose the fat here, the fat supports the structure of the skin overlying it. When we lose it, this tends to become droopy. This tends to become droopy. The mouth corners can turn down a little bit. And the whole center of the face sort of makes a shift this way. Radiesse is a product that was developed many years ago, and it can be used to fill in where fat has been lost. Now, a lot of people get their fillers in here, but that tends to make people look very mouth heavy. And it doesn't really address the problem which is causing the deepening of this line, which is actually the loss of fat here. So when you fill in the fatty area here in the cheek, you can see here a little bit, you can get rid of this line here, you tighten up the jawline here, and you also improve whatever's going around here at the corner of the mouth. Plus, you bring up your attention back up to the cheeks. So this product actually can last 9 to 12 months in the face, and sometimes even longer. It also has a nice quality about it that it doesn't tend to become bumpy, and the person won't even really notice it in the face because we put it underneath the natural fat pad of the cheekbone. The one side effect to doing this particular treatment on people is that you are going underneath this fat pad, and you can get some bruising, but we apply some ice beforehand and afterwards, and we put them on a little bit of arnica and to help minimize that as much as possible. This treatment is not very uncomfortable. Actually, people are surprised at how little discomfort they have while doing it, and so it's very well tolerated. Make a little poke right there. I'm going to gently slide it up into that cheek area. We make a little fanning technique, making sure not to go very close to the eyes. The nice part about this as well is that there's very little downtime. And there's nothing in particular that she needs to do afterwards. She can treat her face normally. And now we're going to go into that line right there just in order to stimulate the collagen and the elastin. We're going to go right down in here. A little poke. We're going to slide it very superficially. And then we're just going to put one little line all the way down. And then she's done on that side of her face. Now I can see where her cheeks curve from looking at her head this way. So I can really get a good symmetrical result. I'm going to place my fingers right at the bottom of the cheekbones and press. This has a nice effect of evening out the product and making sure that both cheeks are symmetrical.
Could you use this to fix asymmetrical cheeks?
We could use it to fix asymmetrical cheeks. We use it to fill in scars, pock marks on the face. And now I'm going to go inside of her mouth here. Open up. And I'm going to flatten out this one. Although we put very little in there, so there's not a whole lot to flatten out. That looks pretty perfect.
Perfect?
Pretty perfect. But you can really see how this came up quite a bit with doing that treatment. And she looks exactly the same, except for she just looks better. It's perfect. I'm not even going to touch it anymore. I do also let them know to come back anytime, because as the swelling goes down, there can be a little bit of asymmetry, but we can easily fix it. So she'll go home and put some frozen peas on her face for a little bit tonight, just to help the swelling go down, although didn't have to be a lot of tissue manipulation, so she probably won't have that much swelling. And but otherwise, she's really good to go. It looks really great. How do you feel?
Amazing.
I feel good.
Yeah.
I feel fresher.
Yeah. It looks good, doesn't it?
Amazing. Thank you, Dr. Heskett.